We are taught to hunt for the spark, that intense, magnetic, all-consuming pull towards someone that dominates your thoughts the moment a relationship begins. But why does this overwhelming chemistry almost exclusively consume us when we meet someone emotionally unavailable, while the kind, consistent partners get ignored? This is the anxious avoidant trap, the psychological reality hidden beneath that intense attraction. For an anxiously attached person, safety is defined by constant closeness and verbal reassurance. Without it, they cannot feel physically or emotionally secure. The avoidantly attached person operates on the opposite frequency. They require physical and emotional distance to maintain their sense of independence and safety. When these two survival strategies collide, they create a volatile, perpetual cycle. One person chases connection to feel safe, which triggers the other to pull away to feel safe. What we have been culturally trained to label as romantic passion is a self-sustaining psychological trap born from these opposing fears. To understand why we stay in this loop, we have to look backward to the early childhood environments where these attachment styles are formed. Growing up with an inconsistent caregiver teaches a child's nervous system that love is a scarce resource, something that must be continuously earned. The brain operates on a fundamental equation for survival: familiarity equals safety. It will seek out what it knows, even when that environment is emotionally painful. When an adult with this background meets an emotionally unavailable partner, their nervous system recognizes the inconsistency. It registers that distance as home. Repeatedly choosing unavailable partners is a neurobiological feature of a brain seeking its baseline definition of a relationship. Consider the relatable scenario of waiting for a text message reply from a distant partner. To an anxious attachment system, that silence registers as an active threat to survival. This graph tracks cortisol spiking sharply into a panic zone, flooding the body with stress. You wait for hours. Finally, they respond. Cortisol plummets, immediately replaced by a massive dopamine spike entering the reward zone, creating intense euphoric relief. Psychologists call this intermittent reinforcement, an unpredictable cycle of punishment and reward. This is the same neurological mechanism used in gambling to hijack the brain's reward center and create a behavioral addiction. The intense attachment felt in these relationships is a chemical addiction to the moment the pain finally stops. Surviving in this state of continuous biological dysregulation eventually leads to severe emotional exhaustion and burnout. Imagine finally dating someone who is secure, consistent, and emotionally available. The experience can be deeply disorienting. Because a safe partner does not trigger the familiar cortisol panic or the subsequent dopamine high, the dysregulated brain mistakenly registers the relationship as boring. Breaking the cycle requires a conscious, manual override to value consistency and reliability over biological intensity. True love moves at a more consistent pace. That calm, quiet steadiness represents the presence of genuine safety.